Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Go4Battlerite EU Cup number 3. Of course, my name is TJ, my co-caster is the one and only Dropbear, and we're right back into the action. This time between TimeGoat and T5. TimeGoat will be on the left-hand side of your screen once we get into game, and T5 will be on the right. T5, a Swedish team made up of Donny and Dota Pro. Donny's apparently an alpha tester. Does that provide any kind of guarantee of skill?
Maybe. Alpha testers are usually the people who come from, of course, the previous game before this, Bloodline Champions. But then again, I'm a beta tester, and you know my skill.
I think I'm technically a beta tester too, so who knows. And the other player, Dota Pro, does that mean he's a pro Dota player? Because if so, I'm excited.
Well, we are going into Ormond Temple. It looks like it will be the day. Meaning that we will have a lot of tight, narrow passages for our two old ears to sink their chronofluxes into.
Yeah, both old ears. Now we've got the Edge brothers, Jumong and Rukan, showing up here. On either side, of course, Jumong and Void King sticking with what you'd expect out of them, and Dota Pro, kind of the edgelord, the interesting pickup there.
Rukan's been picked up all the time, and of course Jumong we saw last game, so this will be quite interesting, I think. Range versus...
I mean, the reason I pull it into question is because you pretty much know what's coming out of TimeGoat in terms of team comp. I don't know why you'd pick a Rukan into that.
Yeah, Rukan can be quite grabby, I guess, and maybe trying to focus the mispositioning. Get the grab and... orb taken by blue side.
Yeah, you were just talking about the grabs, there you go. There's one effect of constantly being able to grab things. You guarantee yourself some orbs, and that's got to be fun. The rain of arrows comes through, and we'll focus out Donny. The follow through on that steady shot does significant damage. Seeker's Mark does land, the incapacitate follow through is great, but time travel will come in. The incapacitate landing, the ultimate flying through. Nice Dragon Slayer onto this poor Rukan, and this is what I was talking about. He's just being kited, and there's really not much he can do. I'm not a fan.
As we do get into the last play there, Donny is just trying to work out how to survive. I don't think he can.
As he will for Void King, claiming credit for that one, and it is already TimeGoat taking a lead. It did look good there at a few different times for T5. They did kind of step up and show off their skill, but it never lasted long.
Oh, I need to have a look at the damage out of that. Surprisingly, Void King did more damage than Donny and Dota Pro pretty much combined. No, it is combined. Holy crap.
That's impressive, because you do kind of wonder about that, but it will be working out for them this time and last time, as there's a little bit more damage coming out of Donny, but isolated Dota Pro will be all alone here in the front lines. He does land a silence, won't be able to guarantee orb this time though, but he does dodge a nice shot coming out from this Jumong. There's the quicksand landing, the shadow bolt follow-up won't land at all, and the claw of the wicked reflected by a well-timed chrono flux will mean that this Rukan will have to bide his time, fall back for this engagement at the very least.
It's looking like a much better round for this T5 side, as the arrow ultimate will take the orb, but they are on much better health this time, and Rukan's just getting right into the face of this Jumong.
Yeah, Donny hanging out here, trying to contribute in some way if possible. He will weave around the outside, and Keenan's continuing to rack up a bit of damage. Chronoflex will stall that for the time being. Orb guaranteed by the red side. T5 able to get a time travel on out, but the stun won't land thanks to great timing on the prowl out of Keenan. Now he falls back, licking his wounds, but with very few of those because he's done an excellent job avoiding damage.
Just looking at Keenan's movements right now, he's just back on Courier and then 360 to not grab the orb. So close.
Nice orb snipe by Donny. And that actually worked out quite well for him. There's the right form coming out, but he's going to be petrified almost instantly. The stone glass lands, and the follow-up is quite good from that quicksand. Keenan now has his Dragon Slayer available, and I do expect it to be popped the second he feels that he can land it. There's one incapacitated landed. The follow-up is good. Nice use of Dragon Slayer, only 23 HP now on TimeGoat, 60 on Dotty. Make that 70 as they do manage to guarantee orb. Sudden death enabled. The arena will be shrinking. TimeGoat held out of the action by a great Chronoflux for the time being, and now just 7 points of HP. Literal single digits, and that Chronoflux was not popped in time at all, and Donny's in a very, very tight spot.
He does have his full ultimate, but I'm not sure what that will do in this situation, especially when this circle is about to collapse in on this team. You don't have any panics or fears, you only have your petrifies as an Aldia, and you have to wait for them to actually get out of the circle if you're going to petrify them.
Yeah, I didn't really see the use of that ultimate, but I guess there wasn't really much he could do. With his options, it seemed like one that might have bought him a little bit more time, so hey, why not? That is always kind of my position. If you're in a situation that you think is unwinnable, just try and extend it. Just try and do a little bit of chip damage, and who knows, maybe it'll work out in your favour.
Oh, Void King, he does have the hand on his spell, but no, it will actually wear off. You do have to remember, you can steal your opponent's spell with Aldia, so gotta keep an eye out for that.
Oh, nice stone glance, cancelling out the steady shot mid-cast from Keenan. Now he tries to return to the battle, and they will not be able to shut him out from guaranteeing orb. Donny definitely regretting that one. The teleport out of that Jumong, sorry, Rukan will allow him to get right into the backlines against Void King, but Void King reads him like a book, shifting sands away and starts chipping away at his HP. Pulled in by the Claw of the Wicked, and oh, brilliant Chronoflux reflecting the damage on the outburner, but it will be the Dragon Slayer landing immediately after this Rukan now. TimeGoat Pro only on 34 points of HP. He's been isolated by his team's Chronoflux for the time being, but the steady shot, perfect timing to guarantee the kill.
Dropbear is just not able to actually get in. Every time he tries to get in, he's well, either pushed away or Keenan just casually fades out. Void King just uses his orb jump to go away, and then because you've got two ranged heroes against melee, he just gets all that little bit of chip damage left.
That will be now 3-0 in favour of TimeGoat. T5 suffering here in the opening phase. Maybe they can go ahead and step back up, get something going. What would it be?
I have no clue at this stage. It would have to be mostly just Dropbear actually trying to bait out these hard movements, and then just making sure that he can get in after that.
But as is, he's just been isolated again. Nice damage actually coming out onto Keenan, and that could be significant if Keenan can't escape, but so far he's shown off his ability to do exactly that now. The incapacitate will land onto his ally, both of them now temporarily frozen out. It will be a nice Chronoflux to separate Keenan from the action, but the whole time Void King is doing a lot of damage onto TimeGoat Pro. There he goes, finally able to separate, but now he's only got 107 points of HP. Keenan only on 70 though. Maybe that's about even. There's the ultimate, the right form coming out, guaranteeing him a bit more HP, but the Dragon Slayer pins him to a wall, ties him against the very back of the arena, and there's nothing he can do.
Oh geez, you just have to look at the ulti usage there to realize how kind of outmatched these two teams are. We're just a bit of a panic ulti by the Rukan compared to Keenan realizing that Donny, sorry, that Dota Pro couldn't actually escape because he's used his ultimate, and then went, nope, we can arrow him. Because you can't use your escapes when you're in ulti form. As we can.
That was definitely a point underscored by Dota Pro in that last round. As we're now at map at match point for the TimeGoat side over here in blue. T5 have kind of failed to impress.
Yes, but we will be getting to this 5th round, and we have seen these kind of comebacks before. It's rare, but we have seen them.
I mean, it is Battlerite. Things happen occasionally, but it would be impressive. Dota Pro and T5 need to pull something out of the bag, and so far the only thing they're finding is damage as it rains in onto them. That will be orb actually guaranteed. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's their opener, and there is the club that we can actually successfully landing onto this Jumong shifting sands, allowing that poor Older to escape. And there's the Chrono Float, guaranteeing them a bit more action, but the Stone Glass will land. There's the time travel right at the backline. Stun won't go through thanks to a shield, and the root follow-up is great. Seeker's Mark guaranteeing an incapacitate. There's the ultimate, pinning the Older to a wall. Donny at half HP off the back of that, and Dota Pro only at 80 points of HP. He needs to find a way to heal back up. He needs to find a way to stall for a time, and he can't do that. Orb's guaranteed for his opponents as he leaves it for the action, and his ultimate will be available in a few moments, but it's not really worth it because he can be stunned, isolated by Void King. The focus comes out onto the healer, and we need to see something spectacular from this Wraith form.
And that Wraith form will be just trying to get as much damage onto Void King, but he can't do anything to get out of all the arrows dumped by Keenan, and he'll basically escape on 30
I don't
HP.
like that. He escaped around the corner. He's been isolated from his healer. Now he's right back in the visual area, but his healer needs to fall back thanks to the amount of damage that happened during that intervening time where he did get isolated. And as a result, he will fall. He is able to pick up the EX charge, though, moments away from having his full ultimate available, but I don't really see how that will help. There's the ultimate guaranteed for Void King, as they do manage to guarantee orb incapacitate will land. Donny's rooted to the floor. There's the stone glass onto one, eating up an EX charge in exchange for a petrify, but he will be slain by the quicksand. And there it is, 5-0, game guaranteed by TimeGoat, but now we have a very serious threat coming up in the next match.
Oh boy. In the next match will be Paralyzed, assuming they do win the match against Katrina Sudoku represent, and they will win that match, let's be honest here. Paralyzed versus TimeGoat will be pretty close, considering that Paralyzed is still just on the rankings, actually 5th right now with 60 points.
Yeah, TimeGoat sitting slightly further down, of course.
They're
they
not
are
even
still...
top 12.
Yeah, they are still a very good team, as we've observed here on this stream. There's the last few matches, and Paralyzed, you know, incredibly powerful, incredibly skilled players will be definitely there to give them a run for their money, if not demolish them. So it should be a great matchup, because suddenly this team that's been tearing it apart, they're now the underdogs. And we will see how, if they adjust to that in just a few moments as we get into the real meat of the tournament for the ESL. Go4Battlerite, cup number 3 in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.